It is possibilities. 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 Possible possibilities. It is 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 possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is 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 possibilities. Possibilities. It is possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is 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 possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is possibilities. It is possibilities. Possibilities. It is. It is possibilities. It is possibilities. It is possibilities. It is possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is 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 possibilities. Possible possibilities. It is 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 possibilities. It is.
Dr. Bawumia's vision for quality education and skill development. X-Team model SHS schools in Zongo communities. Provide scholarships for disabled students to attend university. Click the link below to read more about the manifesto.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Dr. Bawumia's vision for enhanced infrastructure. Complete Agenda 111 hospitals, ensuring every district has a hospital. Eastern, Western, and Central lines. Click the link below to read more about the manifesto.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Dr. Bawumia has a hospital. Provide rent-to-own housing. Central lines. Click the link below to read more about the manifesto.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Good evening. Welcome to the Possibilities series, coming to you live from Dr. Bawumia Solutions Center. Tonight, we are doing the final episode of for Dr. Bawumia. Now, if you have not signed on to the Bawumia Nations app, you can go on to the Google Play Store or Apple Store and download and subscribe. And we are live on all social media platforms, especially YouTube and Facebook. We're also live on Twitter and TikTok. These are already before. So tonight I'll let them do self-introduction because tonight is fireworks. To my left is my sister. She will say her name.
My name is Sheila Battles.
Honorable Sheila Battles.
You know the honorable.
And then on her immediate left, yes.
David before as always.
Yes, and both of them have been here before. Tonight we are doing a very, very interesting studio discussion. Tonight is casual. And to maybe I will be our joining whichever language, we have something for you. Tonight, vote for Bawumia, campaign for Bawumia, canvas for Bawumia, and then talk about Dr. Bawumia. So we go on to our screens. We are going to play a few videos. We come back to the studio and we discuss. Don't go anywhere. We are back in a jiffy.
Hi, my name is Robert Richard. About 3 days ago, my brothers, my sisters, my mother, my father, why do you have to vote for Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia in the area of road and infrastructure? You know what? Go to Spinkters Road. It's an amazing site. Why am I saying so? Hitherto, it will take you. This is a novelty. Among other things, NPP has done a lot of roads. NPP has built a lot of hospitals. NPP has built a lot of interventions within the educational sector to be able to accommodate you and I. These are the reasons why I want us to vote for Dr. Alhaji Mahmood, because he wants to build a water treatment plant. He wants to introduce a mercury-free technology. Why do we say you have to join in voting for Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia? Do so because he is the man of the moment. He is the man Ghana needs. He is the man Africa needs. My brothers, my sisters, today, 2nd, on the 3rd, on the 4th, on the 5th, on the 6th, and on the 7th of December, you and I need to go to our polling station. Take your voter's card. Let us go there and vote and endorse him to be the next president of our republic. Thank you. God bless you. See you on the 7th, and on the 8th, we shall party. Thank you very much.
NPP aban ensan toaso enyuma pa enyuma kese omo doubt numpo e ka se edwuma kese ananado ayeni se bo hwe enyuma sise ye commission enyuma nanado ye da na bi a kire amanfo ye enyuma bebre hwe school ebi sida see a commission 80 schools in one day ebi sida ye ba bibie agenda 111 ibia no another commission happened. The Akano, ye buso, ye sremo. Mumma, ye massa, no man we enshre. It may be, ye jasan, you may be ma, a bino, a buy for from, a yet John Mahama bang. Ye jaman, Euro Just project, went to me and ye, and then another way, ye bore for young conquer to a bar, ye be just out meaning now. 8 years went to me and complete 9 Euro Just projects. Now, all but 4 years pet, and over betting me every year. Over 100 hospitals. Yes, Remo. Muma yin into Yaba, Emma, Dr. Mahmood Bawumia. On
it is possible.
Now, you've heard from two Ghanaians.
It is possible.
Who are talking about the reasons why you should vote for Dr. Bawumia. You heard clearly about roads. You heard clearly about infrastructure. You heard clearly about Agenda 111. You heard clearly about commissioning of projects under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, it's Ghanaian. I mean, the ordinary Ghanaian, every Ghanaian will be making a big mistake, judging from the things that have been done so far as far as roads are concerned.
Yes, actually, I was smiling because I had a call from, and I asked the lady, when people say that this government hasn't done much, what do you say about it?
Now you have evidence.
Now you have evidence.
Overwhelmingly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I also said that, you remember, somebody has been given a mandate, right? Because he's not going to do a thank you tour. I don't see him going on a thank you tour. His mandate has come to an end. So he's using the opportunity to finish up all that he started and to give Ghanaians an opportunity to appreciate much of the work that has been done, especially in infrastructure, buildings and all of that. And I believe that past governments have used that as a way of proving the work they have done. Even when there is so much investment in human capital, NDC people don't appreciate investment in human capital.
Not at all.
When it comes to infrastructure, this government has done so much more than any other government ever. And some of the things, when we just talk about it, it seems like something that is not really real.
It's phantom.
Yes, people did not know that that was Bank of Ghana.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And just the day before, there were people on air who were talking about the fact that Bank of Ghana has made losses, and Bank of Ghana, and for the last 2 years, they haven't seen what Bank of Ghana has done. Now they see it.
Africa. Any bank,
it's amazing.
Central Bank building.
David.
Yeah. But David, I mean, people think that everything is in Accra. I have seen images of voter region roads and hospitals.
I think it has. I think it has undoubtedly, both in human capital as well as physical infrastructure. I mean, so all around the country. First, I can say, oh, we be Accra, but the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and his vice president, Dr. Mahmood Bawumia, have proven that Ghana is bigger because Takrady, because Sekunde, everywhere it has been touched. And it's not just monumental infrastructure, even the ones that we used to take for granted. Neighborhood roads.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah. People don't realize because neighborhood roads and the power don't make go school and now who pay if you feel. They say Ghana fly. Oh, they say flower, but they say banker here. Another one I
think strategically, what this government has done, you talk of the revamp of the
Cape Coast,
the motorway.
Yes.
Do you think that previous governments did anything better than us? I mean, even not before you come in, even in the Votu region, which is not this government's stronghold in terms of roads, there have been massive roads and other
went in freedom, which is developing Ghana. And Ghana now as mine. You say we are torn. In fact, baby, I want to make a crown. How can I?
Yes.
Because into a sales to Enna says, if second a day because I make a voter a year of voter. No voter constant a year. Ain't MPP they agree on mining now as one port. Near development because east, west, because also a connection of mining now as one. And they be an yes, free maternal health. Yanka say I'm a regime. And this is going to be because Ashanti or the pilot for
national health and COVID cancer.
Exactly.
And so now Dr. Ekemi, me beside so fi water and ofi east. Dr. Ekemi, me beside the dinkwa. Me da say what Ekemi. This is my you are investing all the human capital regardless of where you come from. And as a infrastructure regardless of where it is. Now say who could pay be who can now could pay water now you accident. How to today the
Sabani je tuono na we ndi tuono kwa de tuono so ba fa so ma yina. Enti no me person e gusa as a honorable. People are saying there's no money in our pockets and all that. And I've seen that in the 111.
Yes.
And is it worth it that in the 111 projects? I mean, we've seen at least 80 projects being launched or in progress. Is it worth it? Has the Ghanaians
too many things? Because yes, that is the Ghanaian taxpayers' money. That is the Ghanaian taxpayers' money. We are telling Ghanaians, say, NPP is always a better alternative. No, NPP is a better alternative. Why? Because say you share the investment in infrastructure and human capital, which are healthcare, which are even your friend is saying your airports, new airports, international airports, even the Ashanti airport, major investments. You don't see investments in just one area. Obeka say, one Abembia boss may see E-block. But the MPP government has invested both in physical infrastructure, and we have to appreciate the Ghanaian problem.
Yes.
The Ghanaian problem being, very, very few people, and almost Sikano, it's able to take care of themselves and their families. A lot of young people need to also understand it from that perspective. What has the government invested in? Obatampa project. This starting time had shut down. Maybe we shouldn't have given free electricity, free food. Why did we do all of those things? Why did other countries not do it? I don't know how to recover the economy. I don't know how to recover a human being who has passed away. And our government was sensitive to make sure that Ghanaians are alive because when you say you won't ansana recovery no nature no heavily and when you start near buy as we speak buying the SME go about 700 to grow and all of these investments maybe says it's kind of way if it is our money it's we ask ourselves and they've chopped money who has chopped the money has come back to Ghanaians in capital in the area of education. Have you been to our schools? Have you been to our schools?
The school is a whole discussion altogether.
Yes,
and
yes.
There,
amazing.
For the first time in Ghana, people might be forced to choose Saito over Ponochi. And so we come to education. But before that, David, honorable can say, I'm not for Sisika go to. But Abaya Shi and Shishaya, so we are Ghana, now what you would have. Now we need bread to man they are waiting to your own income. I mean, I've seen young guys, they are working from homes. All they need is internet. They are able to sell their ideas, their services, and their products without even owning a warehouse or even owning cars. All you need is have the product and dispatch it from the supplier and deliver to your customer. You get paid, you get.
Good question. And before I come to that, the person Kaye now said the president's mandate ends at midnight 6 January. President.
January
6 January.
Oh, that's the president.
It's a final because said onye the president be. Oh, Emrano Edimano no. A final because 6 January. But that's the president. Into which as I adwuma mo.
It's not bet me dey move.
They be adechibia because
your friend
because you be too. Oh, you be too much and so onhwe agya adwuma me. This is a business officer or see a commissioner general. And then you're commission pa. Because the Juma or house here, and they be at the chair, they say, Biano, then any be any of us off in Abamo. Back to your question about.
But David, what fan come and say?
And maybe a no, because
I think if I don't stop my panelists today, we are not going because tonight is fireworks.
No, I can't dream book. Now,
I'm going to post your comments and your suggestions and your questions. And again, if you have not downloaded the Bawumia Nations app, please do so from Google Play Store or the Apple Store, where you can follow whatever Dr. Bawumia is. My name is Uncle Botela. I have here David and Sheila, my brother and my sister. In fact, we go way back. And we are back in exactly 1 minute. We are watching the next set of videos. Don't go anywhere.
And I know, inshallah, it is possible. I know all of you are ready to vote for Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the New Patriotic. I'll see you on Saturday. It is possible.
NPP is #1 in ideas, #1 in delivery, and #1 on the ballot. Vote NPP. Vote Dr. Bawumia. Vote #1.
Mutashi musaya mukama saboda mun roki Allah abamu Allah ya bamu Dr. Alhaji Mahmud Bawumia shi yasa mu fito da yawan mu zangonne mu yi hankuri mu duka mu fito mu mara ma doctor ba in ya so mu gwada mishi soyayya kuma mu gwada makan mu kishin addini saboda yau policies dewa da aka kawo ka duba wani na free education ga yau in Allah ne mun shaida me zai sa mu kiwon ga abu shi yasa yau wai nan na roƙonku mu tashi mu saya mu vote ma MPP mu vote ma Dr. Bawumia shi #1 yake kowa ya vote mishi don dinzu musulmi duka ka vote ma Dr. Mahmud Bawumia saboda mu tada tutan Islam mu ma yau a ce muna ciki gaba ba kullum ga STEM ga TVET ga duk courses da yara ke koyo an sa kudi cikin education yana tanyo mu saboda Allah mu tashi mu saya mu mara madinin mu baya mu dokaka musuluncin mu domin ka fara da mun fara kan Dr. Bawumia haka zai bi baya kai ga yaran mu duka shi yasa ayi hankuri a fito da dama a vote #1 TV Asabar za a yi vote nga kowa ya fito ya vote ma Dr. Bawumia yana #1 insha Allah ya ba mu nasara. It is possible. Assalamu alaikum yan waye na musulmai na muku gaisuwa na musulmi
ene ko yo so na cha be pimbe o san han e da base be ko pa say free education ba wa anu man bifu free education wo bre pharmacy insurance wo bre ni kokko e ba tumo yo ju million ogura san yo ndi se mo ma ya ndu ma party boy odo ya fe ya gua o nti meserebe ehimesi fie bo ba Dr. Mahmud Bawumia wala #1 o ballot paper na so me ho ye henye mamo ye henye lie mamo ye humo ye yemo yimi to so ye ko ye polling stations ye to ma Dr. Mahmud Bawumia na o #1 pepe edubla #1 engon ka he ni abala ma ye ni Dwabusu station ba ye mboko etu ni ye so station ba guaba ma ye na monzu ye plan yesterebe ala no so ya mama makwa me dem bi se ya safo wala ye mo me nemu ejujo chem so majuwa bi na se obi po ekenju chemi a eka mfa me kwa oyeye na yɛ to yɛ fi eti abɛde na sɛ bɛkɔ a wɔn ayɛ yɛ se wɔ do yɛ sere.
Possibilities. It is possibilities. It is possibilities. Possibilities. It is 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 possibilities.
Yes, we are back, and my name is still Uncle Ebo Taylor, and I have here with me Honorable Sheila Bartels and David. I heard Leona talk about cocoa farmers and how farmers have enjoyed proper productivity and support from government at this time. Today, the cost of the price of a bag of cocoa is the highest so far. Do you think
economically it's worth it? It's also an incentive for young people to go into farming.
Yes.
Because one was saying, now by the interventions, but say, but who are the future of Kuyayo? It's young people. But young people who seek but human capital development, which is teaching them new ways of farming, digital way of farming, and they are modern technologies, IoT, Internet of Things, drip irrigation, drone technology. Agriculture is sexy, is nice, is sweet.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'll say who say the existing farmers making sure that they live better. Yeah, in Krema on your end, and Sunday can say Kosunum. And then Krema, can say, me papa, and then could be you, that be an OD as no.
Yeah.
And the cocoa, for your tomb, and the insurance among. Sani Manuel, I can say, to lead is to solve. To lead is to solve. To lead is not to lament. And yet, Papa be him now, no, and also Dr. Bawumia said to lead is to solve. Especially. Now, you hear my way, you're largely an agric country. You have large parcels of land. It is saying a bit for at least food sustainability, food security. Now, young say, say, and the front. More than what is saying.
I think another thing we forget is that severally they've been made in Ghana first. That gives the average Ghanaian and the farmers an opportunity to promote their farm produce and the consumption end of it.
Maybe this is all from agri products, from shea butter, anything. It is amazing. It's amazing. And now Gepa for show the list of products.
I will let this woman talk about the Gepa issue because it's a big topic altogether. Government has created the platforms for opportunities to build on. People are just not taking advantage.
Yeah, you can say, protocol say government has no business doing business. Government has a business incentivizing business.
Yes. And creating the environment for the business. Yeah.
And you know, about the say business if you agree. And then Kube agri business.
Yeah.
Juices, orange juice, apple juice. Kanina kabia bibi from Morocco. Kasa kra won kra o kan kra won tiase. And then ya no ya juices. And then we call Ghana, exactly. And then we call your shell shops, yogurt, and I made in Ghana. Oh, yeah, yogurt.
Yes,
into one. What has it be a bit so dear? Not yenya dachi farmers. Because and then who say, go. The here and then one to see one factory about. The here said, me produce no, I call the nearest factory. You process it, none ya Dr. Bawumia could be a watermelon. What do you think that's going to happen?
So
MPP about say MPP about development in freedom. Yeah, green BBR from end to end.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so baby, and hey, keke. Yeah, the whole value chain. You could produce, I won't cast a year ago, and they could produce so called
farm produce. You have had a very beautiful experience with Gepa. What's the advice you have for the young Ghanaians who want to go into farming, and also those who have farm produce, end user produce, packaged produce, and they want to go onto the international market? And
important to note that this government has been very intentional about promoting exports. This government has been very, very, very intentional about ensuring that access to markets, for instance. Now, a lot of the producers even say that access to market, and that is why the government even introduced the SME Go, which is actually looking at 70% of the money that has been allocated to SME Go is for So Gepa now has a technology platform where if you register with Gepa, you've introduced your product to thousands of retailers all over the world. This is something that has happened with GEPA. You see, there was something that he...
What I want to understand is that if that, and she thinks that it's of international quality, and,
yes,
to give profit, she can simply go to GEPA.
So it actually starts with Ghana Enterprise Agency,
okay,
which was which is also a baby of this government. Startup capital.
Yes. So you can actually get a startup capital.
Yes. Oh. In fact, they will register. They will help you register your products with FDA certificates. They will help you to get.
I only have one question.
In fact, before that. Bushua get require farm better watch. Because the more ideas we generate as a nation, the better we become.
Yeah.
There is no limit to idea generation. In the NIP say, okay, tell me you're very risky.
Is the one that you know about Impact Hub.
Yes.
So near David can
hubs in Ghana.
Everyone to develop the idea.
125.
Yes.
Yes.
Across the 16 regions.
Yes. That's an average of about 8 to 10.
It is a idea. Usi wa hina me kona yama mi cheche yama me yi me makwan na me school na me pon a e bia wa kwotena can any very internet cafe. University go hubs.
David, if you still don't know who to vote for,
it's Dr. Bawumia. You should vote for him.
In retrogression of our development, the all home.
Yes.
Yes. Because every young girl who hitherto could have been available because of lack of education to man your home manually is not available. And the education is all about contact and knowing people and sharing ideas and dreams. Now they are going. I saw a video of one of the Kayas driving one of the electric cars not long ago, and I think that if you want to talk about free education, we'll go to our future generation and development.
Uncle Bo, you know, before we talk about the education, I wanted us to land on this matter of exports.
Okay, sure.
And I'm especially for those who are not working, for those who have something small they are doing and they don't know how to make sure that it grows. Or people who are looking for outlets to make sure that there is bigger income channel that has been opened because Ghana has bilateral agreements. And these bilateral agreements enables us to export, enables us to access doing business with the US, okay? Can access doing business with Europe. It's supposed to make it easy, but people didn't know how to use that channel to improve on whatever their livelihoods are. Let's say you are unemployed today. You have something small you're doing. Maybe you make dollars from making beads. People all over the world, they love our beads. But then if you're doing it on a very small scale, you don't know how to make sure that you're getting good income. Go to GEPA. They will register you, and suddenly you are selling beads to thousands of retailers all over the world on a monthly basis and earning dollars.
Okay.
That is something Dr. Bawumia has done.
Not to cut you. GEPA is Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Yes.
Their office is just
the World Trade Center.
Yes.
The World
They are just
Trade
behind
Center.
World Trade Center, adjacent National Theatre, because National Theatre is a very popular place. Just behind UBA. Opposite City House. So if you don't know, I'm giving you enough information. If you know Mervyn Peak, they are not and
Exim.
And Exim, yes, and Exim. Go about it to grow and to also export it to outside Ghana to make money. Look, we sitting here are living testimonies, and when I say it, I mean it.
Yes.
And Honorable Shell especially. So please, don't sit at you can do something with it. They will tell you how to go about it. I know people are exporting smoke and slippers, and they are doing very well.
Making millions of dollars.
Millions.
Yes.
What Dr. Bawumia has done with the Kufuor, the president, the Kufuor,
this particular last few years have been very exciting in the space of education, because you know when we look at other exactly, but if you look at the Western countries, we see that, you know, there are technologies and other products and things that develop at a very fast pace. And it all lies in education, but not only in education, it lies in innovative and quality education. It means that you must have the right environment, you must have the right tools, infrastructure. They've looked at how to make sure everybody has access. And that is why they came up with don't have some level of education, even if they cannot afford it. Then the next step is to make sure that, especially those who are into STEM, at first they will say, well, there are people who are good with science and math and, you know, geography and all of. There are others who are good with their hands and they are able to create. Now, what he has done is to develop these ones into engineer. Feel like you've gone to a classroom, but feel like they are also at a par with those who are getting the, you know, the science and the math and all of that. And you see, when it comes to develop, we need the balance of vocations so that we can create. Because when you take your raw materials and you are exporting the raw materials, it's because you don't have the technologies to convert them into products that can be used on a day-to-day basis. So then we end up developed by us. The raw materials are coming from us, so we can build products at very cheap prices that we can have ourselves, and then we can export to them and then get foreign exchange. Government like the NDC. I'm going to say it emphatically because I have sat in Parliament and I have seen them argue about digitalization, and they don't have a clue. They don't understand.
They can't even explain their own 24-hour economy.
They don't. The young Ghanaians, because if you take a child today, the child, you give them a smartphone, go into pages, and they know how to switch and go to TikTok and go to Facebook and go to Instagram and do all of these things. Why am I saying this? A child with that kind of intelligence is a child from a different world. On Akukon Kitten. You are totally killing the child's future. But that child needs a digitalization president.
Honorable, in his right mind, will be promoting Akukon Kitten
exactly
against digitalization.
That is the point I'm making.
It doesn't make sense. So because you have an opposition that is against double track system, but wants to run a 24-hour economy.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
Packaged, and the packaging is superb. And that becomes takrade. How about me call for workspace?
They have to go together.
Egg powder. All you do is begu and you can fry.
Wow.
I'm just saying, sir, we've moved on so much.
So whoever wants to take us back, and you know, it's amazing. People pose the question of AI.
Who beside JB about? Okay, my preamble be saying nekra no ope obi manabo o fear.
It's difficult.
Make it easier and say now ube obi ka ye.
I mean, just as it happens in the Western world.
And then it appears difficult because people have not come to terms with paying commercial value for this
that service. But it's a needed service.
First year funny kwa.
Housekeeping. Premium.
Because me go school. And I choose to say me the make boa mama for hwema. A profession.
David, I want to tackle one area before we go on to our final set of videos. And now we have 2.5 international airports in Ghana. The Kumasi one is up and running. Ethiopian Airlines are going to use it, a landing space. We have electrical cars, better than Ayalulu as we came to meet it. Now you can. Government has also launched its competitor to far better in terms of the transport industry and the ministry compared to the previous administration.
Oh, MPP has done great. You see, your BRT. No, BRT. And I said, I'm not from Baydon, you who any bus branding.
And 3 million.
And then
3 million. You have to say that money that could have been invested into
absolutely.
Yeah. And then Dr. Bawumia and another buying Dr. Bawumia buying. They let me. Oh, no, call my Bisukwana. I'm for 4 bus free. This is a bus in Kwana free because the movement of your citizens from one place to another safely and soundly are critical.
Yes.
So we economy because what we quite human and then we share chief manager say outboard motors and it's being run by solar. That is electric. That is digitization there.
We are making good use of the sun we have in Ghana. The excessive sun we have in Ghana.
We don't complain. And I say, "Eh, commissioner because near ye dinner ye juma."
Yes.
Ye juma chance, ye juma the chance, and ye radio talk. There's work on the ground. I grow any form, any aye juma, and then ye day juma nedi. Uncle top premix if you be mesisi no, obi a medada. It's you give control to your citizens. Say, me mama, with the control at you are not controlling your citizens because you are the leader, but you are giving the control back to them.
To them, yeah.
And that is what it means.
That's part of it. Tomorrow, there's a rally. And you don't want to miss it, the Possibilities Victory Rally at Legon. Again, if you have not downloaded the Bawumia Nations app, it's available on Google Play Store and Apple Store. And you'll be also live. Your comments.
Fellow Ghanaians, Mampe de Mekane say, coming December 7th, Miminde ya Oribe, Yako, near Kwako to Abana. Yen kai there, I would to my yen papa, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, #1 on the Balawabaye Amayeno, Umbra number 2 in Jumapano SUM Mayen. Bit is a training allowances, free SHS, and Kwana Kesia, yen papa His Excellency, why ye? Yen vote my His Excellency, yen papa Dr. Bawumia, na Umbra number 2.
Ibasa, ne Yakotu Abade, Yakotu Abade, Yabotuedo. Another year reset. In the BBO reset bia or wipe BBA off. Yapadi Yakuini for the bay. Yakafa and this bay. More than Queen HB. What's the National Health Insurance Nazi? No, the MPP sent back through the Nado to rekindle everything. Yes, man, another age me. Do we want to reset, wipe off everything and restart everything? No. Bawumia, policies are working. No money in this aka. Yen too for yen future mbabu. Munyan Ghana.
Fellow Ghanaians, he just left 3 days to the go vote. We could give Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the chance, as Nanado has done to where he has gotten to. Dr. Bawumia won't continue give us protecting the free SHS, protecting Tibet. Even with the Tibet squad, they expand them to regional level to the Tibet center. You get work to do directly. Even if government contracts have, we they bring what we they call certificate. So Moku help Dr. Bawumia. He's #1 on the ballot. It's just 3 days away. Moku make him the president to continue with the good governance. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is leaving behind. Look at how the kids are learning so much with good quality food for school. Dr. Bawumia says he's protecting it.
Possibilities, it is possibilities, it is possibilities, it is possibilities, it is possibilities, possibilities, it is possibilities.
We are back to our final phase, and you have a reason to vote now if you haven't thought of it already. Dr. Bawumia is still #1 on the ballot paper, and our final set. Reset and upgrade.
No non-starter. Uncle,
I've heard this saying that says that there's no point in swallowing if the chewing is still sweet. Do we have to swallow when we are enjoying the chewing?
No, but what does reset mean?
I don't get it. Yes.
Nene, who you shoot for?
I say, oh, you're okay at 33.
No, 1100.
And then you take the phone, you cry. Phone quick, phone 2-3 years. What do you see? You see software upgrade.
Upgrade, yes.
Because software upgrade, a boy how dealing with security issues, and now viruses, and now bugs, so even in that sense,
and new features,
exactly,
to be able to do new things.
They don't say we are resetting your phone. They say "Mawe ni mama for so more." E babo ye say e babo ye boko ye nim ye monko ye chi. Nti ene obia e bo brase na be a enchima e de be ye mre. Ye nananom na bi mu na ntine ko ye chi. Reset means say they are not connected a bra man for bread and a zip line, you know.
Ultimately, do come baby. I almost say zip line. You want to hear no Guyana?
Oh, I said I'm joining this.
And
in Ghana, we are the largest drone delivery service in the world.
In the world,
yeah. In Ghana, yeah. We want the mouse spring the do on them. Now they hear about I'm not be there with him. And it is drone.
Drone, no.
Leapfrogging. Because young crancy be see to me na agenda on ye sipa. But yes, you also make sure so bia will stay alive. O man bia will tumpo bia de oye bia no. Number one thing is to preserve life and extend life.
Yeah.
Everything you do, are you preserving life and are you extending life? And I'm you're preserving mother and children.
Yes.
And you see, na fa I'm sure if you national health insurance by is to preserve the life of the Ghanaian citizen. You be check. Now that you also bra what mean obra now boy and so about wedi. And then you're able to preserve yourself and stay alive.
David, you talk about health. I mean, I wouldn't want to peruse just the headlines. Otherwise, we talk of NHIS, and just about a month ago, dialysis is now free. How massive is this decision by government to add dialysis to
so
health?
You know, this one is
really bothered to your
I lost a husband
to
kidney failure.
Yes.
And I know the costs to families when somebody is suffering from dialysis. I mean, from kidney failure to millions of homes. Because every one person is connected to so many people. And when somebody, especially the children who are on dialysis and then handle themselves, so it becomes a burden to the middle ground. And there's already a very big problem.
Exactly my point.
It is not a week, once a week.
3 times a week.
Yes,
and the cost is not cheap.
Exactly, it costs about 400 CDs.
So a week is 3,200. And if you're on a 2,000 salary,
yes,
you can't afford it.
How many people are even on a 2,000?
What is an understatement? Viewers, listen to me. There are some things we take for granted. Fancy open and again say what today is too far away. And I'm a testimony to this story, my sister Isha, because the husband was my akunta in a way. So please don't take things for granted because you think SHS. Don't take things for granted. Honorable, yes. I had to cut you in because I know, yes, we have all been.
But you know, I would like to put a comment in. I think it is very important for us. You know, somebody may have been offended by something.
Yes.
People are offended because of the DDEP. That's the Domestic Debt Exchange Program. Yes. People one way or the other. But we discussed earlier about the impact of COVID. Yes. The decisions our government made. The impact it had on our finances and our forgive. That we made decisions believing that we were doing what was in the best interest
of the entire country.
We apologize for all the people who were given positions, but we beg you that in forgiveness, let us all see that we shouldn't throw away, be similar to saying that because you have offended me, future positively. And this one, the pastor in me will come out. Yes. Somebody sees your star, Ghana. Now Ghana into the African Parliamentary Union. I was speaking to the Deputy Speaker of Chad's Parliament just a few weeks ago when we went for APU. He said Ghana is a developed country. Yes. You guys have an excellent government. Another chaotic event in the country where they overthrew even the interim government.
We have neighboring people from neighboring countries traveling here as if they are traveling to Europe.
Yes, yes. I am appealing to you, first-time voters. The NDC is a big liar of a party. Yes. I'm saying this. I'm saying that they will tell you your life is better than today. With him comes the kinds of opportunities that you need. The kinds of opportunities that will give you a better dachi Please don't follow. They lean more towards the New Patriotic Party. Why? Because they see better governance with the MPP.
And the brighter.
They're building a better country together. We need your.
Until COVID, our economy was the best. We were faced with COVID, and definitely COVID came with its own consequences. Being better before COVID under Dr. Bawumia.
Oh, Uncle Bo.
Digitalization.
So much. I mean, in the next, you know, would I want it to be like a prophet?
Yeah.
But in the next 5 years, watch our country blossom, and Estonia, Denmark, Sankoni na. Uncle Bo, what do you see? GDP, big GDP, into trillions. Small space. That will be trying to say, country to say Estonian population is 1.3 million. Denmark population is 5.8 million. But on GDP, because digitization, digitization brings about exponential growth. Into the next 5 years a day, you know, it's a great time to be alive. It's the best time to be a Ghanaian. And I'll add to the Honorable Kayan, as a young person, it's a golden era to be a young person. Message of right. Usisu, Ababawa, Abranti Usisua, was my driver's license. Learn how to drive. You only one by a passage of rights. One of it should be a register business.
By force.
Meaning them.
A no Ghana card.
Exactly.
Yes.
No Ghana card.
A no Ghana card. It's a Ghana card. They say the Ghana card. They say the Transan. But the message say we a Bemua, Abranti, Ababawa, our Usisu. It's the best time. Say Bawumia and the side and a basse, and then again, my school, me Namquan, me Peduma.
It's the one.
And then my school.
I mean, that's the most important part of the TVET.
And then me,
once you are TVET graduate, you are an entrepreneur already. Just take advantage.
And then, honorable can be STEM. And then the STEM in actually say almost to solve local challenges using their STEM education. And the end of the day, me make a chair, Abranti Ababa Bia say, Miss Rowe, you do magic because there's no limit to what you can do. Yeah. You see, it is almost like divine orchestration when Doc said it is possible because there is no limit to the possibilities as a young person.
Viewers, I'm wrapping up. Our time is up, unfortunately. I'm going to take their final comments, but before I do, if you still don't know who you should vote for, you have only one option. Number one on the ballot paper, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and every respect.
So I'm praying that every Ghanaian will go to the polls and vote for our collective future. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Do it for all of us. Do it for your future. Do it for your children. Number one.
Yehu de mo dro, yehu de mo ha. Sebi mampeni dada your mama, yehu na memoda. Enye se oyade fufuro, dada no a.
No, ye bibi there.
Oh, and I'm say dada no a. Yehu hwe. Yehu ya se ye kan ye dundum. Ye timcha, ye ne na ye ti hai, ke ye dun kan ya ye ne ma. Ene no, am bia ban ba yehu de aye, kan ye sisu gen. Dr. Bawumia said, "We did the next set as abeka ho." And then see the more because of gold. And then oil, yes, Spanish can be near their crowd because of gold for oil program. Inti Dr. Bawumia ideas is limitless. He to her, meaning say me to her gold wa, and then me to her, matry makwe. This is bold solutions. And I say to lead is to solve. My only appeal is that 7th December. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Obi also want to know because you see Ghana we are at a crossroad. And at JBR I to say when you are about to push your miracle baby. In the 7th of December, let's cross it.
Let's cross.
Viewers.
Number one.
Let me close it by saying that.
Oh, and the parliament. They are all on number one. They are not president, number one. Parliament, number one.
I've heard a lot of arguments say that the other candidate has been an assemblyman, has done this, has done that before. Yes, but as Antifor say, yes, my benyansa for yes, man, I'm not thinking. I want to say someone dream. And make we don't make count to us say anything that has got to do with violence on the elections day stay away from it.
Absolutely.
Don't let any politician recruit you to execute any violence that he will not allow his biological children to go and do. Also, you'll be back. For example, for say, about to the 50% plus one, and when every one plus one, into what if you say one quarter because say the BS into Obi before Tino, Jane Wadacho, Jane Omadacho, net J free SHS, digitalization, zip line, agenda in the House unconcerned. It is better to choose your own president and advise and complain than to allow someone else to choose a leader for you where you cannot have no say. We are here again after the election to do solution series. Now possibility series is over. We'll come back to tell you what is. I've been doing this with Honorable Sheila Bartels and David, my friend.
Thank you.
January 1st, January 7th,
number one.
Dr. Bawumia will be the president of Ghana.
It's number one.
It's still number one.
Number one.
Have a wonderful evening.
Number one.
Bye-bye. Bye.
It's number one.
Number one. It is possible. Bye.
It is possible, it is. 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 Possible, it is. It is possible.
Dr. Bawumia's vision for a stronger economy and business growth. Offer tax amnesty to forgive penalties and old tax debts. Abolish e-levy and betting taxes. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Dr. Bawumia's vision for a stronger economy and business growth. Offer tax amnesty.
Humble, compassionate, and trustworthy. The heart of a true leader.
This youngster read the paper to the conference, plenary, full conference. The paper was so good. When he finished the paper, he received ovation, I would say. The applause was big. So he was going to sit and be called for me. He came and in his own naturally humble way was bowing to. I said, hey, this paper you have read, so good. Keep on at it. Bawumia moved to join the African Development Bank. The bank posted him to Zimbabwe as its country representative there. He worked at running mate. The then head of the African Development Bank, called Mr. Kaberuka, I believe he's from Rwanda or Tanzania. Very impressive, charismatic. Dissuade the young man from coming back to talk. He's doing so well in that country. Let him stay there. He's got a future in the bank. I considered this appeal from the government. I told Mr. I'm running mate.
Vote number 1 on the ballot. Humble, compassionate, and trustworthy. The heart of a true leader.
This youngster.
Humble, compassionate, and trustworthy. The heart of a true leader.
He has been the best vice president. Very best, hard-working vice president.
Vote number 1 on the ballot. Humble, compassionate.
So he left Simon Fraser University in Burnaby, Canada. He left 2 years before I went to the department. And when I went there, I was the only Ghanaian. And anytime I told, who is he? No, I didn't know him. But I was surprised everybody was asking about him. And I thought that he was the only person there, like I was the only person. Only to find out later that there were about 14 Ghanaians in the team. It was later on that I found out that he was like the unifying figure among them. He was like their leader, trying to make sure that everybody is parity. And I that's when I understood it. But later on I realized that it was not just that. He was brilliant. Now, his brilliance made him shine in the midst of his peers. That he is the one for, I think he's done well. He's done well as a vice president. Even if all his ideas were not, taken as a vice president, I think he did well. He brought ideas, some were taken,
and trustworthy, the heart of a true leader.
We'll never be tired of thanking him, because he's also not tired of blessing us. We have about 7 leper colonies in Ghana: Ho, Kokofu, Ankafu, Upper West. So all of us, we pray for him. And it's somebody that is also our patron. Sometimes he invites us to the house. We go and eat and dine with him on the table. Myself and father, God will bless him.
Esoroho, vote number 1 on the ballot. Humble, compassionate, and trustworthy.
Dr. Bawumia's vision for enhanced digging 5,000 cybersecurity professionals. Reduce data costs to make the internet more affordable. Click the link below to read more about the manifesto.
Vote number 1 on the